Imagine two mind readers are trying to read the mind of each other. So will they end up reading their own mind or the person's mind whom they are trying to read? I feel like this would result in that sound you get if you put two phones together. OMG. That's exactly the question. Asterisk I was going to post. Exclamation mark. And #X2OOB. Wait. This question hurt my mind. They'd probably get a piercing headache from the telekinetic feedback. Clearly you've never seen scanners. Fish. This is the best question I've read this year. If I had more money to waste, I'd buy some meaningless Reddit awards for you. Backquote recursion error, maximum recursion depth exceeded in comparison. Backquote. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm trying to figure out. I guess it would be like walking into a room with many mirrors. There would be an infinite static noise. They'd probably both be thinking, "Oh God, is that what I sound like?" They wouldn't hear anything. You'd get the Jurassic Park computer virus pop-up from Newman. RRR. You didn't say the magic word. https www.youtube.com/watch v = RFIQYRN7FBG. Best ass credit I've seen. My mind. You just read my mind. If you drop soap on the floor, is the soap dirty or clean? They would get a headache as they reach the maximum recursive min-dreading threshold. Whichever was better at filtering and processing information would come out on top. I imagine it could cause a feedback loop of some sort, though, depending on how the power works. Mind reading isn't a thing, so therefore literally nothing will happen. Heroes answered this. Two mind readers trying to read each other, results and screeching feedback. They did this in Heroes. Matt Parker tries to read Peter Petrelli's mind, but Peter can copy his power, which results in a huge sound build-up like mic against speaker. Makes sense for me. This should be on our shower thoughts. I'd say this is maybe like a box with only mirrors facing each other as interiors. I feel like ultimately they would be able to see past that layer where the other person is, projecting their mind outward, depending on how skilled this mind reader is. Mind readers are fraud, they will read zero minds. There was a scene like that in the TV show Heroes. It was a bit like microphone feedback. Reminds me of this scene. https://youtube.be/ajmardvuof-m closing parenthesis from Legion. I just imagine X-Men stuff going on and very PG-13 outcome, like both going, ouchie. Stop that. When you read someone's mind, I imagine your kind still there, so they would just read each other's thoughts plus their own in an echo. Wait, no. It's an infinite feedback loop. It would just be incoherent noise slowly building up. How much weed was involved in the posting of this question? Imagine one of those mirrors that goes on forever. That's how I imagine it. I don't know, go ask Bill Nye or something. This sounds like how the wizard battles played out in Aragon. Asterisk, the mind you are trying to read is currently busy. Please try again later. Asterisk. This happened on Heroes. MINDCEPTION horns blow. They hear the feedback screech in thought form. No, you just have to be careful you don't open a wormhole. Mind reading doesn't exist. None, they both explode. Reading another mind suggests also having a judgment of the other thoughts to differentiate yourself from the other. So I guess you will end up reading the judgment of the other about your own mind. They see past the current state of mind and combine as one where they can see each inherent past fold put in front of them in a giant compilation until one gives up. Big brain time, guys. It would just be the DVD screensaver bouncing around. It would be pretty much like putting two mirrors in front of each other. You get infinite number of reflections. They both sit there thinking, okay, what's he thinking, recursively, endlessly. I imagine it would be similar to putting two cell phones next to each other. Instant death. Well, my mind's blown. Each other's. Imagine placing a mirror against another identical mirror. That's how it's going to be. An infinite loop. Scoring as mind reading. It would result in a loud noise from feedback loop, just like putting a microphone next to a speaker. I think they would create a space of thought where their minds merge. Imagine two people talking to each other, both incapable to shut up. They would accidentally read the mind of a fly that had sat between them and will become very confused. It will create a feedback loop that will cause both of their brains to explode. This is dangerous and I urge any mind readers in training not to attempt this. You have been warned. They'll read the mind of the other person processing what they themselves are thinking. It's like two blind people touching each other's faces. You're not going to mistake someone's face for your own. It'll probably have a similar effect to when you put two mirrors in front of each other. He knows that I know that he knows that I know that he knows that I know that he knows exactly what he's thinking. Recursion. Back to you, Ollie. My head literally just exploded. Conversation. It's like two mirrors reflecting each other. It's a paradox. It's infinite. Maybe they both have a stroke and die because of the accidental infinite loop they've created inside of their brains. If mind reader is reading a mind, that doesn't mean what they're reading is on their mind. You can think about other things while reading, or do it without thought on the matter. Scientists to this day do not understand what causes a brain aneurysm. I think this is likely it. They'll just know how the other person think about their experiences and get into a mind-reading loop. Mindfucked. You'd enter a paradox loop and get stuck. You're thinking that I'm squeezing your head too hard. Sounds crazy. They'd end up having a conversation. He will come to know that the other person attempted to read their mind. It's called recursion. Also, I'm a programmer. It would just be an engaged tone. Okay. An infinity mirror of thoughts. They both would just get a busy signal. So you know that thing where if you have two phones, and you have one call the other, and you put them close by and they make a loud feedback loop until the speakers blow out. Yeah, it's that. Pinky and the brain version. Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering? I think so. Brain, but what? Pinky, Narf. It would be an infinite feedback loop, right? It'd likely get so intense that they'd basically have to stop reading each other's minds. My mind is so confusing even to me, so the dilemma will never take place. Thinks about something mind-reading guy. WTF is this kind of shit? I don't even know where to start. Dinner for schmucks. Dinner party scene comes to mind. Loop. They will come to know that they are reading each other's minds. Feedback loop. Both brains will die from internal bleeding. Weird question. Actually, mind readers can block other mind readers from reading their minds as long as the person is equal powerful or lower. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.